Hello guys and welcome to Moxie Architecture. Today we will solve the numericals of previous year GATE question papers. So let's dive in. Numerical number 35. The smallest angle of triangle is equal to the 2/3 of the smallest angle of quadrilateral. The ratio of the angle of quadrilateral is 3, 4, 5:6. The largest angle of triangle is twice its smallest angle. So the sum of all angles of quadrilateral is 360 degrees. So 360 divided by the ratio given 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, that is 20. Angles of quadrilateral will be 20 into 3, that is 60, 20 into 4, that is 80, respectively 10 and 120. Angles of triangle, first is given the smallest angle of triangle is equal to 2/3 of the smallest angle of quadrilateral, that is 60 into 2/3 is equal to 40. The second angle is twice of the smallest angle, so 40 into 2 is equal to 80. So these are the two angles. The total sum of angles of triangles is 180 degree, hence the second angle is 60 degree. So the total angles are 40, 60 and 80. We have required to give the sum of second largest angle of triangle and the largest of quadrilateral, which is 60 plus 120 is equal to 180 degree. Numerical number 36. 1% of people of country X are taller than 6 feet. 2% of people of country Y are taller than 6 feet. There are thrice as many people in country X as in country Y. Taking both countries together, what is the percentage of people taller than 6 feet? So we consider the population of X is equal to 300 people. So the people over 6 feet, that is 1%, are 3 people. Population of country Y hence will be 3 times lesser than country X, that is 100. People over 6 feet in Y is 2%, that are 2 people. Total population of country X and Y is equal to 300 plus 100, that is 400 people. Total people above 6 feet for X and Y will be 3 plus 2, that are 5 people. So the percentage of tall people is equal to 5 divided by 400, which comes up to 1.25%. Numerical number 37. The maximum bending movement in a simply supported beam of 8 meter span subjected to a uniformly distributed load of 20 kN per meter inclusive of its self weight over the entire span is. So we have a simply supported beam of 8 meter span which have a uniformly distributed load of 20 kN per meter. So the maximum bending moment will be WL square by 8, that is 20 into 8 square, that is the length, by 8, which comes to 160 kN per meter. A housing project is proposed to design in a plot of 2 hectares. Maximum permissible FAR is 2. The share of number of dwelling units for MIG, LIG and EWS is 1:2:3, having the size of 55, 35 and 25 meter square respectively. The maximum numbers of DU which can be accommodated in the plot are: if we consider 1:2:3 as one set, the total area of one set will be 1 into 55 plus 2 into 35 plus 3 into 25, that is 200 meter square. Total area available is 2 hectares, FAR is 2, so the built up area is 2 into 2, that is 4 hectares, which gives us to be 40,000 meter square. Total number of sets accommodated will be 40,000 divided by 200, that is 200 sets. For each sets there are 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6, that is 6 dwelling units. So the total number of dwelling units will be 200 into 6, that gives us 1200 units. Numerical number 39. A neighborhood has 250 units of 80 square meter and 200 units of 100 square meter. A mandatory parking of 1 per 100 square meter is required. So we have to calculate the total required parking area considering a 30% additional area for circulation. So total built up area will be the total value of the units, which comes up to 40,000 meter square. So number of car parking is equal to 40,000 divided by 100 meter square, that is 400. According to the NBC, area of car parking is 13.75 meter square, which you have to remember. Therefore, the total area of car parking is equal to 4,000 into 13.75, which comes up to 5,500 meter square. We have to also consider the circulation area of 30%, which comes up to 1650 meters square. So total car parking comes up to 7150 meters square. Numerical number 40. A brick wall of 19 centimeter thickness has a thermal conductivity of 0.811 watt per meter Celsius. The outside and inside surface conductance of the wall is 16 and 8 respectively. Then the U value of the wall is. So U value of normal wall is equal to thermal conductivity by thickness of wall. So we have calculated the U value of the normal wall. But we have to calculate the value of composite wall. So we have to add all the R values, that is 1 by 16, 1 by 4.26 plus 1 by 8, which comes up to 0.4215. So U value of composite wall is 1 upon R value. Hence 1 by 0.421 comes up to 2.37 watt per meter square degree Celsius. Numerical number 41. A house has a 111 meter square of flat terrace area and 555 meter square of ground area covered with grass. If annual average rainfall is 611.8 mm, the rainwater harvesting potential for runoff will be. We have to calculate this in liter per year. Annual rainfall is given as 611.8 mm, which we have to convert in meters because all values are in meters. Total water harvested will be the annual average rainfall into the area of the terrace given by the runoff coefficient plus the area of grass given by the runoff coefficient, which comes as to 63.4068 meter cube. 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liter. Hence the answer is 63,406.8 liter per year. Numerical number 42. At a site based on pre-location test, the allowable rate of treated sewage application was 65 liter per meter square per day. The effective depth in meter of a soaking pit with diameter of 2.5 meter for disposal of 1020 liter per day of septic tank influence is. So let's consider the depth of pit to be h, and the radius of pit is the diameter given 2.5, so it is 1.25 meter. So the total surface of absorption will be the area of the circle of the cylinder plus the circumference of the cylinder. So the total disposal is pi r into r plus 2h into the allowable rate. So calculating this for h, the value of h comes up to 1.374 meter. A single span simply supported reinforced concrete beam of given dimension is subjected to a concentrated load of 120 kN at the middle span. Neglecting the self weight, we have to calculate the nominal shear stress in MPa at the support section of the beam. So this is the simply supported beam and the concentrated load is in center of 120 kN. Hence we can calculate that the reaction force on both the support will be 60 kN. So the nominal shear stress at support is equal to the reaction divided by the cross sectional area. So the reaction is 60 kN, but we have to calculate in MPa. So 1 MPa is equal to 1000 kN per meter square. Therefore 60 into 1000 divided by the cross sectional area given comes up to 0.5 MPa. In this numerical, the optimistic time, pessimistic time and the most likely time is given, and we have to calculate the variance. So there are three things to calculate usually in this type of problems. So you should know the formulas. First is variance, then is standard deviation and the expected time. So optimistic time is the smallest time taken to complete the activity. Most likely time is the normal time taken, and the pessimistic time is the longest time taken to complete the activity. So the formula for variance is pessimistic time plus optimistic time divided by 6 and the whole square. Standard deviation is under root of variance, and the expected time is optimistic time plus 4 into most likely time plus pessimistic time divided by 6. So in this problem we have to calculate variance. Putting the values, the answer is 1.36. A refuse collection system consisting of 2 chutes is to be provided in a 20-story residential building with 2 flats per floor with average family size of 5 and with each chute serving 1 flat on each floor. Average quantity of refuse and density of refuse is given. If the cleaning is done in 2 days, what is the maximum size of refusal required in liters? So for each chute, 20 families with 5 members. So 20 into 5 is equal to 100 people will use one chute. Total amount of garbage generated will be 100 into the quantity given, but the quantity is given in gram and we have to calculate in kg. So do the conversion accordingly. Frequency of cleaning is in 2 days, so 88 into 2 is 176 kg. Now we know that density is equal to mass on volume. We already know the density. So the volume is equal to mass on density gives 176 by 240 is equal to 0.733 meter cube. We need the answer in liters. Therefore, converting it into liters, 733 liters. In a dancing hall, the indoor and outdoor temperature difference is given. There is an internal heat gain of 5 kW and a specific heat of 1300 joules per meter cube degree. Then the necessary cross-section area in meter square of the duct with velocity of 2 meter per second will be. The total heat that need to be extracted is 5 kW, that is 5000 watt. Specific heat of air is given as 1300 joules per meter cube per degree Celsius. It means for every meter cube of air 1300 joules is extracted for 1 degree Celsius temperature difference. Temperature difference is 10 degrees as it is given 28 degrees minus 18 is equal to 10. Therefore, the joules of energy that is extracted will be 1300 into 10, that is 13,000 joules of energy. So in order to extract 5000 joules, amount of air to be removed will be 5000 divided by 13,000, that is 0.38 meter cube per second. Cross section required for 2 meter per second of the duct is area into 2 is equal to 0.38. So the area come to be 0.19 meter square. If yield stress of steel is 415 MPa, then strain in tensile reinforcement at limit state of collapse shall be at least. Consider the Young modulus given. So we know that the maximum strain in the tension reinforcement section should not be less than 0.002 plus yield stress divided by 1.15 into Young modulus of elasticity. This is the formula. In putting all the values, the strain in tensile reinforcement at the limit state of collapse should be 0.0038. A room of internal dimension of 4 into 5 into 3.5 meter has a 20 centimeter thick wall and 2 doors of 1 into 2 meters. The required area of damp-proof coursing is in meter square. So the damp-proof course is a course which is provided below the brick wall surface. So let's calculate the total area. If this is a 5 into 4 internal dimension room and we consider a 20 centimeter wall thickness around the room, according to the center line, the dimensions would be 4.2 meter and 5.2 meter because we considered the half thickness of wall on both the side. The total length of the wall will be 4.2 plus 5.2 into 2 as there are 2 walls, which comes up to 18.8 meter. Then we have 2 doors of 1 meter which will not have the damp-proof course. Hence we have to reduce these 2 meters from the 18.8 which gives us 16.8 meters. Total area of DPC will be 16.8 into the thickness of the wall, that is 0.2 meters. Hence the answer is 3.36 meter square. A load of a 30 kilonewton is applied vertically downwards at the free end of a cantilever of a span 5 meters. If the elastic modulus is given and the section of the beam is given, we have to calculate the elastic deflection in mm. So the elastic deflection for a cantilever beam, we know the formula as FL cube divided by 3EI, where F is the force applied, L is at the length on which the force is applied from the support, E is modulus of elasticity, and I is the moment of inertia. So we have to calculate I. I is equal to BH cube by 12, where B is breadth and height of the beam divided by 12. Then we put this value of inertia as well as the other given values in the equation of elastic deflection, and we get the value as 7.71 mm. Numerical 50. The capacity of fall is 600% and its volume is 3000 cubic meter. If an optimum reverberation time of 1 second is to be achieved, then the required total absorption in meter square Sabine will be. So reverberation time is equal to 0.16 into volume divided by SA, where RT is the reverberation time, V is the volume of room, and SA is equal to total absorption in Sabines. Putting all the values, we get that the total absorption is 480 meter square Sabine. A solid straight rod of diameter 100 mm is bent in a single curvature into a circular arc by a moment of 50 kN applied at its end. If the elastic modulus E for the steel is 2 into 10 raised to power 5 MPa, the radius of the curvature of the arc, assuming pi as 3.14, will be. So the moment curvature relationship is 1 upon 5 is equal to m by EI, where P is equal to radius of curvature, m is equal to momentum, E is equal to Young's modulus of elasticity, and I is equal to inertia. We have radius of curvature, momentum, Young's modulus of elasticity. We have to calculate inertia. So I of circular rod is pi d raised to power 4 by 64. So pi into the diameter is given as 100 raised to power 4 by 64. It comes up to 49 lakhs. So the value of P, that is the radius of curvature, will be EI by M. Substituting all the values in this formula, it gives us as 19,625. If you want to know more about the courses and the study material, the link is given in the description box as well as the contact number. We will meet in the next video. Till then, bye.